gon' tune in cause the showtime. Go ahead and call the gang up for the one time. Rap, Phoop, Ryun, got them on the line. And my life's still great, I'm doing just fine. Hands up.
But the big one, arriving between 2025 and 2026, we have HBO Max's, now called Max's Harry Potter Reboot. They are bringing an entirely new cast. This series is supposed to span 10 years. It is adapting all of the books. J.K. Rowling is on board with the reboot. And something that I did find out is that it is possible that Hermione's character will be a person of color.
I'm going to be honest, I was a little upset by this reboot. Because I love Harry Potter, but I love it so much that I would rather they expand the world. That was my issue.
Mm-hmm.
But the movies did miss quite a few things from the books. I feel like the movies were amazing adaptations. I would love to see the books broken down, especially Goblet of Fire, and see what they do with that, and really seeing the Wizarding Cup.
That's the one they trimmed down for real.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see that. I know J.K. Rowling got some political issues and all that other stuff, but the original author being a part of this also gives me hope that it's going to stay true to the books.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested in seeing what they do. I'm just a little butthurt.
My only counter argument, because I agree, I think if there's any chance to expand in the Harry Potter universe, I think we should expand elsewhere instead of doing a reboot of something that we already got 7 movies out of. I agree with you.
Multiple video games too.
Yeah. However, their attempt to step outside of that lore failed miserably. Fantastic Beasts had no book lore at all. And that might have been 2 years ago, a year or two ago, where we did that Fantastic Beasts mob review, and that did not exceed expectations at all.
Yeah, and it's they dropped the ball, but I want to know who do we blame for that? Did they just need better writers? You know what I'm saying? Because if a great writer,
what was the plan? You know what I'm saying? Because my biggest gripe about Fantastic Beasts is that when that second movie hit, it stopped being about the animals and it started to be about Dumbledore and Grindelwald. And if that's the story that you wanted to tell, I'm not mad at that, because that is a piece of Harry Potter lore that we don't know too much about.
Exactly.
But don't focus in on that storyline and then call it Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the thing. I feel like whether it was the writers, directors, or producers, they didn't have an established vision. Because if y'all was going to do Fantastic Beasts, I'm going to be honest, y'all should have hired the writers behind Hogwarts Legacy when they did, what's her name, Poppy's storyline.
That was after that, though, when they started doing all that stuff with Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah, but that's what a story about Beast should have been. You know what I mean? That's what that story would have looked like if it was done right.
I agree. And I think what should be happening at this point with the success of Hogwarts Legacy and the fact that you can take a group of people and write a good Harry Potter Wizarding World story without JK being involved, I really think that should have just pushed everybody to be like, hey, we can write stories outside of Harry Potter and them and make good money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole thing, what I really liked about Hogwarts Legacy is that even though you got the Easter eggs into wizarding families that we did hear about from Harry Potter, we are meeting completely new people that we've never heard before.
Exactly.
We are stepping into pieces of the Wizarding World lore that we have not seen in Harry Potter at all.
But it's this thing though, and it's one thing that really made Hogwarts Legacy stand out, and that's that the people involved in its development love the franchise. When you see a lot of franchise reboots, like we see the issues going on with the Witcher series on Netflix and a few others, you got to figure out what's everybody's intention. Is your intention just to make money? Is your intention to be on a blockbuster product and get your name out there? or is your intention to deliver something as a fan for the fans?
I feel like this is a money grab. And my biggest reason of why I think the Harry Potter reboot is a money grab is because Disney is doing Percy Jackson. And that's a immediate competitor.
It is
to
direct
Harry
competitor.
Potter.
Yeah.
That's a direct competitor to Harry Potter. Now I feel like that's the only reason why this is coming about.
See, and that's the thing. Even if it is, like, I feel like you can, like, the three things I just named, I feel like you can do all three simultaneously. If you can get some Harry Potter fans on this, like, get people who truly love the franchise, who've read all the books, who've watched the movies, played the games, they know their house, they've got sorted, and they telling their kids about it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Get them involved with this project. Have them working alongside the writers, have them working alongside JK, get all of their opinions, what they loved about the franchise, what did we the fans want to see, instead of just saying, we're here to make money. Because if you're here to make money, here's the contradiction. If you don't do it right, you're not going to make no money. People are going to watch season 1. It's Harry Potter.
I think they have no room to get this wrong because we already have the movies. The big question is, what are you guys going to do that the movies did not do?
Exactly.
Because I read the Harry Potter books, and the first movie and the second movie are basically the books. Now, when we get into the later movies, that's when they started to change things up, leave things out. And off rip, if this is going to be a series, let's go ahead and put those pieces back in. Those pieces that you had to leave out because you didn't want to make a 3-hour movie, let's get that back in.
Exactly.
But what's the next big thing that you guys are going to do that the movies haven't already done?
Which characters are we finna expand upon? Which professors are we finna learn more about? What environments are we finna see? What other places in Hogsmeade are we finna see? They need to do all of that justice.
Or what side characters are they going to give more light to, more insight to? Because I could definitely see them giving Draco a bigger piece of this series than he had in the movies. Because you and me, we always talked about, that what would really be dope if that they did a series on like the Slytherin side or that dark magic side of the wizarding world. And if they were to focus on Draco, bring him more up as a character, give him a bit more lore behind them, we could really see that. And that whole Chamber of Secrets type thing with Lucius and all of that, I could really see them fleshing that out and making it worth something.
And also exploring more of Hogwarts, because that was part of the beauty of Hogwarts Legacy. Being able to just see the Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff's common rooms and all of that other stuff, like, allow us to see all of it. Don't force it in there. But you know what I mean? We got characters like Luna Lovegood, and who was the girl that liked Cedric? What was her name? The other Ravenclaw?
Somebody Cho. Her last name was Cho, but I forgot.
Yeah. Give us, y'all ain't got to give us full on episodes, but give us a little bit more time with Luna. Give us a little bit more time with Cho. Give us some more time with Neville, like he got in the books, because he got more attention in the books than the movies. Like, let us see more of them. Involve all of them.
If they are planning, the fact that this is 10 years, they're about to take 7 books and turn this into 10 years, I expect to see what you're asking for. A bit more deep dive into these characters, a bit more of these plot points fleshed out, a bit more time with certain high points in the series, like the Chambers of Secrets. Like that final fight between Harry and Voldemort could be like 3 episodes if you guys really wanted to. If you really wanted to, it could be like 3 episodes. So it really just depends on how they said they're adapting all the books. So I'm hoping for a true adaptation, but my biggest thing is what are you guys going to give us that we didn't see in the movies?
Exactly, because if it's too redundant, there's no point in us watching it, aside from the better graphics. If you add stuff that we didn't ask for, that wasn't even in the books, that's unnecessary or goes against the lore, we're going to be angry. So you got to walk a fine line of doing justice to it.
I don't think they have any room to mess this up. They don't have any room to mess this up.
Because if they mess up season 1, you might as well cancel it. Because Harry Potter fans, when it comes to fandoms, the Harry Potter fandom, like with this Hogwarts Legacy stuff, they strong.
And this is like and this is like, to me, this is one of the most controversial fandoms because of how people feel about the universe themselves and how they feel about J.K. Rowling. So for you guys to say that you guys are doing a reboot of the original series, this is controversy. Like, the controversy that you guys saw with Hogwarts Legacy, I feel like, to me, this might be 10 times that.
Because it's going to be a longer period of time. You're going to see this come up with season 1, season 2, 3, 4. If y'all doing one season per book.
Especially, it's going to happen earlier than that when they start casting people. This is an entirely new cast with a rumor that Hermione might be a person of color.
Exactly. And it's like you're going to play a fine line between, do we want to add diversity for the sake of diversity? Do we want it to match the books? Where some people weren't clearly defined out, because people are going to have expectations. And honestly, one thing that they're going to have to accept, and it's hard to do this, you're going to have to accept you ain't making everybody happy. So you got to choose. You really got to choose who you want to impress or not, because someone's going to be upset.
When this really starts getting off the ground, when we start getting news about production and the cast and stuff like that, I'm interested to see what choices are made in regards to the series. Like, this is when they were like, we want you to turn these tributes into spectacles. We really want the crowd, like, yeah, we've been doing the Hunger Games, this is a point, but I really want you to make a show out of this.